Cool. Just checking which one's mine.
Yeah, and we're currently live, is that correct?
Yes. We are.
That big button that says live probably will do it.
No, that's the volume button here.
Yeah, what do they call that? The audio mixer, or what's the terminology for it? Audio mixer.
Do you want the Asian terminology or?
Noise.
So we have got Ron and Rocky who have actually started. Luke Anglesey and Alan Brown are still just having a bit of technical issues.
Let's see here. Oh yeah, already getting going. I think they're waiting for the iron to heat up on table 1.
Yeah, I think that's what it is. Or
you didn't see who broke in this frame between Rocky and Ron?
again, we'll find out in the next frame. So you guys are live tonight with the Rush Hour crew. I have heard that all week.
Yeah.
We've got Dave Hanna and Marchie Harmy on the mics. And this is going to be an awesome race to 11.
Yeah, I've been looking forward to this all week.
I know, it's huge. I was going to say, when you got Ron and Rocky, it's been a while since we've seen those play against each other. And we have Brownie taking on Angles. Both of them are in form. Brownie's getting prepared to go away to the Nationals.
I'm just trying to... Let's see where we are. Okay, so... Must still be open table in that frame. Because Rocky played a snooker behind that raid in the left top corner. Here we get started in this frame as well.
Sorry, we're just Sebastian's just playing with a few things again. The way that this format runs, just for those that don't know the technical aspects of the live streaming, the way that works is with PoolStat, they've got to actually create a new comp technically for these so that they can put it through, because it's very hard for it just to go feed through straight to the streaming. So that's actually the reason why it takes a little bit of time to set it all up every time.
The perks of coding, eh? Okay, that was a brilliant shot by Rocky. I don't know if you've seen that one there, Marchie. Just cued it lovely.
If Rocky can actually keep his form from last week, I think Ron's gonna have an awesome match here. He's going to make sure that he's on the ball all the time.
We could see them both going all the way. Because Brownie's just so steady. It just feels like any time I watch Alan Brown play, it just really, you're just thinking he won't miss. You know what I mean? It just feels like that way.
No, I was going to say, he's generally so smooth with his cueing, and his demeanour around the table. You don't know whether he's under pressure. He's annoyed at himself for a shot he made. He's just got the same look on him every time. And that's why I think he's probably one of the most consistent players that's still playing in WA.
Yeah, I rate that 100%. Because like you say, yeah, he never looks like he's out of position, no matter where he lands, you know.
Yeah.
You just can't tell.
And even when he's out of position, he pulls something out.
Yeah, it's just, yeah. It's just no one
He's
knows
kind of
when
like
to pull
a
back.
more age-wiser Angles. Like, you know, he's got a chance of potting it from anywhere on the table, and you think that he can't go out, and all of a sudden he's going out.
And there it is, yeah.
And Rocky's looking like he's in a pretty good position here as well.
Yeah, he's overhit that a bit.
He looked like he jabbed that one a little bit. I think he did that last week as well. Like some of those screwback shots where I think in his head he's got to force it a bit more. He's actually tightened his grip on the back and then just really sort of struck it differently.
But that's a big thing. Pressure can do that as well, eh? It changes your grip very slightly, and before you know, you're overhitting it, underhitting it. And Bernie fouls here, and
that's a good recovery shot that
yeah, he's hit
Rocky's
that so
played.
sweet. Just roll this in and roll it into the middle, and he's 1-0 up. Angles is just plotting his route here. See which way he wants to take these.
Just one good shot here from Rocky.
Yeah, just make sure you cue the ball, don't punch it.
So he's done it again. Like, it's just...
Like
I understand you got to hit it a bit firmer, but he's not cueing it.
Is it because he doesn't think it goes to the middle and he wanted to take it long?
I'm actually not too sure, because I think he just wanted to be a bit closer to it to make it a little bit easier. But
Well, now he's made it harder. Yeah, he's cutting away from the pocket.
he's definitely making it a bit tougher on himself.
Yeah, I could see him taking this long. No, he looks like he's playing the middle. Oh, and he's missed it. I would say a pretty unexpected miss from Rocky there. Like you say, it was a shot before. It just left him in such a strange angle at it. And Luke's just going about his business. And again, Ron has work to do, but if he plays anything like how he did against Luke, you would be surprised for him to not get out here. Oh, wow. It's a bit of a slow start from all players here. Everybody's missed a ball already. Oh, wow. Bernie's missed one there. Pretty unexpected, I would say. It's sort of shot he would pot at least 9 times out of 10, I would think. And same with Ron. Ron missed a fairly simple ball there for his standard, you know, not for us, right. But I'll tell you one thing you cannot do is give Angles 2 chances at it. Although he's landed a bit awkward here, it's hard to see what he's going to do. Looks like we have 38 viewers in here at the moment. Can we get a few words from everybody? See who we have in here at the moment. He's played on the double. He's hit that pretty nice.
Sorry guys, just trying to do a little bit of work at the same time. Trying to organise staff.
Yeah, Luke's potted that nicely. Oh, does it go? I thought he would have just dropped it in. Oh yeah, Simo. How's the form, mate? I've just seen your texting in there now. Oh yeah, Callum. Good to see you in here as well. We've got all of the regulars, I would assume. You're in here to watch some of the better pool we'll probably see within these individual leagues. Is that safe to say, Marchie?
Yeah, I was going to say, like, I think when you looked at the actual league for this comp, it was very difficult to sit there and work out who was going to be your 2 finalists. There was a lot of players that were sort of in form and they were playing well through it, but I think these 4 here were definitely. Well, obviously they're in the last 4, but they were the most consistent throughout the whole comp. So,
Simo's going at it here. I'm usually away before he wakes up, is usually the case.
I just wouldn't give Simon the
The time of day.
satisfaction of the information. If he really wanted to know, he should have taken the spot. When
Oh my
Angles
God,
has
he's near
gone
put the wall through
all
there.
the way off.
But I tell you, it's funny that he mentions the insights on things. The one thing I've seen the most from Angles is, see at the house, he just plays like everyone else, you know. But the big difference is when it's game time, he just knows how to switch on. I don't know what it is, because he misses balls like everyone else at the house, you know.
Yeah.
But then whenever it comes to game time, he just clicks.
But he does have his moments where, even in the comps, like if he's feeling a bit of the pressure, and you sort of sit there and go, wow, I wouldn't expect him to miss that sort of shot. You know, and that's the difference. Like, they're human. Like, all the guys that are playing right now, they're all human. They're all make mistakes. You know, like I said, Angles just went off the table then. You know, I can't tell you how many times I've seen him go off the table. And generally with this type of break that he has, if he does go off the table, he leaves everything on.
Oh, well, Brownie's left himself in no man's land here.
Just about to say
I think
that.
that's commentator's
like,
curse there, Marchie.
Just as I said that too.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, Sabash. Good to see you as well. Considering you're the man doing all the technical side of things, I would expect to see you in here. What's Brownie looking at here? 3-ball plant? I think he's looking at the 3-ball plant.
I'm wondering if you can actually see that red in the corner. Like, it's not going to benefit him too much just to pot it. He's got to try and get position, but
I think he's looking at if he can pot this with left-hand side and just try to play the other red up towards the corner.
I think that's what he's going to try and go for, but it's a risky shot because you can end up snookering yourself. He's played that well.
Yeah, but it just didn't turn out how he wanted it to, it looks. And like you say, the issue was that was his only safe ball. Now if he misses,
yeah, everything
you
else
would
goes
expect
out from
Angles
there.
to go, yeah,
That's
100%. Right. And then we'll look over on the forward table, and it seems like none of the boys are yet to actually get started. I've seen Ron miss more here than he did against Angles in 7 frames. And
yeah, sometimes that week off can be at a detriment. You know, you're not in that consistent match play. But for others, it's good to have a little bit of a rest and not have had to sit there and slug it out for 2.5, 3 hours.
It just seems, yeah, Ron wouldn't be the type of boy it would matter all too much what he has to do. He just comes down, calm, composed, and collected.
He is getting older. Like, you know, he's not a young chicken anymore.
He doesn't look it. He doesn't look it.
Everyone's starting to feel it as they get older.
I think the first time I met Ron was at the Perth Open, and I said to him, and I heard someone saying to him, and he's like, "Oh yeah, I'm 40, whatever it is now," and that boy's not 40. Look at him, he's in the best shape of his life.
Brownie very lucky there. He didn't kick that black into that middle. That was very close.
But now it's sitting perfect as well. So if he can find a way to pattern these 3 out, the black's guaranteed.
Ron's in a fairly good position here. If he can get a good shot on this ball on the rail.
Yeah, this is the shot that wins the frame, I think.
That's it. Yeah, he's played that nicely.
Now you can just float down for the middle or the bottom left, whatever he likes. I wonder how Brownie's going to try and play here. Touch your right hand side to try and...
Yeah, leave himself on both options.
Yeah, that's a great shot.
If he doesn't play one right, he's got the other one.
Well,
if he goes too low, then he's got the other side.
But it can be a bit of a detriment to do that as well, because then you think, oh, I just need to land anywhere here, and then you land in between. And in between is the worst.
There, like even if you left it in the middle of the table,
well, that's,
those balls are like so perfectly placed apart that you had so much margin for error. You go too high, too low, middle. It didn't make too much difference there.
Well, which order would you take these? The one over top left and try and just stun back across again for the one into the bottom, or do you like taking the hard one now? But the hard one, position's not guaranteed, you know. The white's travelling.
I think that this ball that he's playing, I'm trying to work out, it looks like it's not overly thin.
No, he has plenty. Oh, wow.
Okay, it must have been definitely a lot thinner, which means that he couldn't hold it.
But with how hard he's hit
if that was the case, then I probably would have played the one at the bottom of the screen first, because you can come around the angles on the yellow a little bit better.
Reels, yeah.
And Ron's on the board as well. So we've got a nice even match over there between Rocky and Ron.
Which cloth is this? No, it's not the Hainsworth. God, I wish it was the Hainsworth, Adam. What is this? The Strahan 417 or something? I'm not sure the name of the cloth.
It's green. That's all I know.
But yeah, it's like the closest resemblance to anything would be like the carpet in your granny's house. But like a bit quicker, you know.
I have no idea. I just play on it.
It's not like those
You
black ball tables.
You gotta play some shots harder. If you play on certain cloths, you gotta play some shots softer.
Yeah, well that's it.
That's all I know.
I'm guessing Adam isn't from Australia. Adam, whereabouts are you from, mate?
Well, he could be from Australia, just from over east.
Ah, yeah.
Late night though. Late night to be watching.
It'd be a very late night if he wasn't from Australia, though.
Well, I think like if you're in the UK or anything like that, like that's about 5 in the morning, 6 in the morning.
Canberra, I just got that. It has, yeah, the Hainsworth match cloth is it a Supreme you have, Adam, or the Supreme table, or is it just one of these? What do you even call this type of table? It's like a mini Chinese 8-ball table, isn't it?
It's just a pool table, mate. I was just like, what? These are actually made in Australia, so I don't know where the Chinese comment come from. Unlike the other tables that are apparently UK stuff.
They're all UK, mate. Custom table made in QLD, 7-foot slate. Right. Custom table now, something different. It looks like, Angles is again starting a bit slower this week.
Yeah, surprised that he actually missed that out because it was pretty straightforward.
It was that first ball. I think he was trying to hold it so he didn't go in off. It looked like going in behind the black. He did hold it, but he just didn't make the pocket.
Yeah. So nice and even. It doesn't look like we've got a runaway, but although saying that, it looked like that last week, and then all of a sudden it was 7-2 or 8-2.
The engine's just turned on. And you see Ron's
missed one there too.
That just, I'm wondering how much the pressure is really getting to the lads here. Just feels like the type of shot Ron wouldn't miss very often.
Yeah, he's I was going to say, Simon Ibbs was saying that he reckons that Ron was missing quite a lot. But I don't know if maybe it was the Ron effect where people still were losing to him because I'm playing Ron Kelly, and then they end up missing a shot that they probably shouldn't have missed normally, or that they wouldn't have missed normally. Because, he finished, I think, top or second on the ladder. To turn around and say, he's missing a lot when the guys were in the top 4 anyway, because he had a double life there.
Yeah, but whenever you think about these elite players, whenever they miss a lot, it's like they missed 3 balls and maybe 6 frames, that's missing right. A lot, But he's actually missing a lot in these frames. It seems to be.
Yeah, if I'll say you got the game of the Giants here, for WA, and someone's got to lose, so someone's got to miss, right?
Yeah, it's just a bit of a nervy start from all included here.
If it was anything like last week, once they start getting a bit of rhythm in, you watch that just take off.
Well, that's it. That's what I sort of classify as a really good match, is see whenever 2 players catch rhythm, and it's not like one catching rhythm and the other staying cold.
Yeah.
That is a good match, whenever it's just both players top of their game.
Because even if the scoreline's quite a big difference between the 2 players, you don't mind because you're like, you know what, those are some awesome outs. The other guys didn't have the balls or whatever it needed. It's probably the wrong way to try and word that, but you know what I mean. Like,
they
didn't run his way.
One, yeah. But so that's what we're sort of hoping for tonight, is some close games. Hopefully all of them can, look, that was just, I know he's disappointed with himself on that shot because that was a pretty straightforward one.
He just come across his body a lot on that shot.
Yeah, and Bernie's played that lovely there.
This is the crucial one here because he actually doesn't have a lot of room for error on this shot.
Yeah, I think as long as you don't even mind being on the cushion, if you can sort of stun
You
across.
probably more want to be on the cushion.
Yeah, give yourself more angle.
But the problem is I don't think the black actually goes into the corner. So he has to try and get it out
This is
so
a
it can
big
come
shot
off
for
the
Ron.
cushion on the side as well. So it's a really big crucial shot here.
Yeah, a wee bit off the cushion's nice. I think that's... Oh,
He's
can
probably going to
he-
have to play with a bit of screw back on this one. I don't think he can come off the top.
No, he can't pass that raid, can he? Left-hand side, maybe?
That's a big ask. You just even touch that red and you're not going to be on that black.
Yeah, I think you have to try and screw it off the side rail, bottom right, and try and... But it's sort of in between the angles, just not...
I think it's cued that nicely. Yep.
Oh,
I was going to say, you could just tell the way that white ball came off that object ball. It was just like, yep, that's going to be plumb.
That's the big side of it, just the timing.
I think watching the way that Brown is queuing at the moment, if you can keep that up for the frames, I think he'd probably be favourite at the moment.
Yeah.
I know it's only 2-1, but if he can keep that queuing, what do you guys reckon? Like, who do you reckon is favourite in both matches? It's tight on between Rocky and Ron, and tight against Brownie and Angles, but for me, I just think Brown's just queuing that little bit better, and Angles can definitely switch it on. I'm not saying that, but I think he's just got the edge at the moment. Like if I had to sit there and put my money looking at these, that it would definitely be me. Would be saying Brownie. The other table I don't know yet.
Yeah, it's just both of them are just it's starting a bit slower. Yeah, lads, if you want to stick in what the score you think will be as well in the two matches, and maybe we can do some sort of giveaway or something. I don't know.
Giveaway?
Is that outside of
Put
our...
your hand in your pocket. Where do you get a giveaway from?
Is that outside of our limits?
I was like, Jesus, this is going giveaway.
I don't. Yeah. We're trying to expand this here. 11-9, either Angles or Brownie. You can't. You get that's in or over. Over under. We don't do over under. Yeah, looks like a W.A.E.B.F. Yeah, Simo, I don't think that will be far off. Yeah, 11-9 Angles. It depends when he gets started. Rocky versus Rocky. Who's gonna win? Rocky or Rocky?
Well, I think that's in his head. That's what he's normally doing. So he's got a couple of. We've got a poll up there. Let's talk that match there because I think that's the one that's at the moment going to be the interesting one because they're both making a few errors. And they're kind of like crucial areas.
Yeah, 100%. It's literally the difference in the fact that Ron won a frame that he shouldn't have won, and Rocky won a frame he shouldn't have won. The score is still 1-1 to be fair, but
and even this one here, like Rocky had the chance there and missed that one shocking up into the corner, which I was just surprised about.
I think Luke and Rocky will win it.
So at the moment, we've got 67% of people saying, or 75% of people reckoning that Ron's going to win. So I don't think anyone's voted for Rocky in that one.
Well, if it just turned from 66 to 75, it means that
That's why. Where's the other bit to it? It's just disappeared. Well, there's got to be the rest of it.
People voting to 5.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
I'm trying to see how many people have actually voted.
Well, if it went from 66 to 75, it was 3 to 4. Right? We don't know.
How come you can do the maths on that, but you can't work out the formulas for a tender?
The formulas. I know plenty about farming.
Would have a lot more of my work cut out for me. Like less work to do.
I wouldn't want to be you. Well, to be fair, yeah, it's put me a fair bit behind as well, but, you know, this is how it goes. But anyway, back to pool, not our sad lives. Yeah, and it looks like if Luke can pot this and pot the black, I think that's the engine starting to tick over.
This could be the momentum that's needed. That one's cued nicely.
Yeah.
I think he might have heard us commentating and just went, you know what, guys? Let me show you. You don't know what you're talking about. This is the reason why you guys are commentating and I'm playing.
It makes sense, you know what I mean? Words don't even have to be spoken about that.
That was a good out. And hopefully we have see the same sort of thing happen from Ron in this one.
Well, that's it. Well, Ron's up 2-1, and honestly, it could be 3-0 either way. It could be 2-1 either. Yeah, who knows what the score could be, you know. I think Callum's saying Ron wins at 11-5. That's pretty harsh. I would be surprised if Rocky rolled over that easily.
Simon said 11-6, so...
But that's...
I'm like, one frame, okay.
That's a master. That's it, yeah. Yeah, Bernie's not hit that break.
Yeah, he's normally got one of the best breaks in the league.
Well, that's it. He's always... Yeah, it's always about the cup break. He's been talking about changing his break a fair bit. I remember whenever he was playing in the group stage.
I think it's actually going to be interesting for the Nationals, because one thing I noticed when we were playing on the black ball, just that slightly different size in the table, made the break a lot different. So, you know, the way that we're breaking on these tables definitely can be a bit of a disadvantage.
Well, that's it. The break on these tables feels like the hardest break of all breaks, you know what I mean? I'm not sure what it is, if it's... Yeah, breaking on these tables have always been an issue.
The thing about the round robin stage is a little bit different mentality and that sort of thing. Because if we go by that stat, I beat Ron 4-1. But I didn't beat anybody else. So
No, you beat Dylan Moyes 4-1 too. Don't forget about that now. You beat the hot shot. Oh.
Who?
Dylan Moyes.
Oh, yeah.
You got him 4-1, but then again, I suppose, should have been 5.
Yeah. So, yeah, the round robin stage, you definitely do get a little bit different, the mentality side of things. It just depends if Rocky actually looks probably a little bit tired, to be honest. He's probably had a big day at work. Which normally he sits there and...
Did you see that there? Can someone put subtitles on with Margie
It
speaking?
doesn't count when you put Kieran on that. That doesn't count when it's another Irish guy.
God bless you, Kieran McCrory.
That's only because it's the only person he can understand is you.
Me and him versus the world. He went to Vietnam and he didn't have any problems, Margie. We're starting to...
What do you mean? He's probably still trying to work out how to have lunch. He's like, Doge? What's Doge?
Yeah, and it's looking like now Angles is tuning in a bit here.
Yeah, he's starting to switch on. And Ron's made another error on the other table as well. That's given Rocky a bit of a chance.
But that's the thing, it just seems very attacking. I'm not sure. Wayne Gilmore, I believe we do have subtitles on, but it can't even understand us.
Oh, sorry, Wayne. All right, mate. Does that help you a little bit there? I don't even know what accent I was trying to go for. It was meant to be an Australian, like, really, really Australian accent.
But it turned out really, really English.
And then I realised, I was like, well, hold on a second. I just talk normally, and that's Australian.
Yeah, and Angles with another good finish there. He's just... It's just strange how fast...
I'll be honest. At one stage, I thought that was my brother walking.
Marty, they didn't even speak English, and I could still understand them better.
Marty, they. Who's they? I'm confused on it. Is it? You're not? Are you? So that?
No, that's not me typing.
No, I'm saying, are you that, like, I got to call you they, them? Or his English is so good that he calls you in plurals?
Yeah.
And Rocky's giving it back again.
I
We keep
just-
getting distracted by comments, which is good. Like, it's good that everyone's interacting.
Ron's
We'll
got
try
up
and
to
talk a bit more about the pool.
83%. Oh, wow. There must be some amount of votes if it went from 82% to 83%. Does that not mean that 100 people have voted? No. No, it does. Because you can't go up 1%. This
Like
is
I
why
said,
I came to
it
Australia.
just absolutely amazes me that you couldn't calculate the most basic thing, division and multiplication. Maybe I should have given you fractions and percentages. You would have been all right.
Right. I see how it is. Well,
So
regardless.
that's another frame
Yeah.
that Rocky's actually given away there. He got given an opportunity and went, nah, I'll be right.
Hey, what's the chances that's W.A.E.B.F?
I don't know, you're the one that's with the percentages, so
Considering the fact there's 300,000 W.A.E.B.Fs in Australia.
so even with Brownie and Angle starting a bit later, they've got more of the frames done.
Yeah, well, it's because it's just been good finishes, you know.
Yeah.
There hasn't been a whole lot of tactical. Like, these matches have already gone quicker than most of the weeks prior. Oh, that break looked lovely for Ron until that yellow at the right top corner covered that
I was
red.
about to say, I was just about to sit there and go, great break. And then I saw that go over there. I was like, well, look, it broke well.
And then on the other table, he's just playing skill shots for fun.
Brownie really needs to try and shut down this momentum that Angles has got. Because when he starts, like you said last week, when he starts getting a run, it's very, very hard to stop.
It's just why you need to start icing him out, you know, if he's... But there's no point trying to play safety when he's not playing at his best, you know, because you're just giving him time then to warm up. You got to sort of try and...
Yeah, Brownie's safeties are actually very different in this game. It's not just about just wearing someone out. It's actually to sit there and start just shut down that. Every time you start thinking you're getting a roll, just slow it down a little bit. Slow it down. And then that just gives you a better chance to sort of take a bit of breath. I was actually in a place and it's like they were talking about breathing. Something so basic of just breathing. You know, you get a lot of coaches and that sort of stuff. They're like, breathe before your shot. And no one has ever really said the science behind it until yesterday.
Yeah.
And it was actually in a sales training thing that I learned why you breathe. Like, when you breathe out completely and empty out your lungs, you actually increase endorphins.
Yep.
So you feel better. You feel more relaxed. So that's why they're saying if people are talking a lot, which you like to do, that's why you always feel good, right? Because you're exhaling. You can't talk while you're breathing in. You always got to be breathing out when you're talking.
Sure? No, that was a lovely finish from Anglesey as well.
It was a very good finish. He's really starting to find that rhythm.
Yeah.
He's sort of
But it's
calmed down a
funny
bit.
you mentioned about the breathing thing because, like, we were playing a few frames in the house, you know, and see any big shot, step back, big breath in, and I asked him about it, and he's like, "Oh, I'm not doing anything. It's just subconscious to the point now where he's so used to doing it that he doesn't realise he does it." Yeah, it was a. Do you know Wim Hof? That was the guy who taught me about breathing, you know.
Yeah, it's something that I never knew about the science. I just knew that's what you do. Everyone just tells you to do it. I never even thought about that.
But you look into it, there's techniques for breathing for everything. Hot water, cold weather, warm weather. Oh, it's unbelievable. Angles, deep breath. Yeah.
I think that's what it's called. The Angles reset is like what it's more known for, like the Angles reset. So looking at this table here that Brownie and Angles are on, which way would you be going?
Oh. Oh, wow.
Oh, wow.
Wow, wow, wow. That looked like it bounced out.
I think he's just lost a little bit of focus, because that you actually saw some emotion from that miss, which is not something you normally see from Brownie. Normally it's just I've missed, yep, breathe, move off. That one there, you saw a bit of an emotion. He's got a little bit frustrated, that one. Angles has a very good chance here.
Kieran, speaking a few facts there, it's definitely great for things like staying alive and stuff. That's a fact.
You know the worst thing about being asthmatic? The one thing I'm bad at is breathing.
Staying alive and stuff.
Is breathing.
Righto, we'll focus up here a bit more. And Rocky left himself in a bit of no man's land again, by the looks of it.
I think he was trying to leave it to try and get it underneath the red in the corner.
And he just keeps coming underneath it. That's the second time. From the black into the middle in the first frame.
I don't think he's got the pace of the tail, but he's just not cueing it at the moment.
Even his stroke, look at his stroke. It's very...
Like, he didn't cue it. Like, he's just not... Normally he's got that really nice, smooth cueing where you almost think he's going to double hit it or something. Like, he's just a bit...
There's Brownie with another big miss. It's fairly hard to sort of try and put yourself in these guys' shoes, you know, because obviously there's elements at play here that
I'll be
we as
honest, I thought you were going to
spectators
say
don't
because you've got like smaller feet than them or something. Like, I don't know why I thought that's what you were going to say. You just paused on the, like, it's hard to put yourself in their shoes.
and then you take a deep
I
breath.
thought you were waiting for the punchline to come through there.
I think Luke's played quite a good shot there. He's just left Brownie on that plant, and there's not a whole lot of safety in that.
Yeah, well, he can come off the edge of the ball and try and get around it, but it's not an easy one. He's got to play with a bit of side, because I don't think you can get on the left-hand side of the yellow. You're going to have to play it off the right-hand side.
Yeah, with right-hand side, I think.
With right-hand side, yeah, that's
throw it in
right.
behind the pack, yeah. Oh, that's a great shot from Ron there. Yeah, I think he's played that pretty good. But we've seen it last week. Judgy played a few good snookers.
Yeah, but they were a bit loose, if you know what I mean. Like, the one thing that with these rules is that you can't play a loose snooker. You can't play a snookers like you do in black ball or world rules.
Yeah.
You know, you've got to make sure that you've got something to hit afterwards if they get out of it. So right now, that's where that was almost really good. He almost got that back. But that's he's actually left that with quite a tough cueing over the ball. An Asian snooker. I don't actually know why that's a Chinese snooker. Can someone explain that to me?
I thought it was an Irish snooker.
No, that's in the middle of the table.
Oh, just leaving
it. Just leaving it like straight on. That's an Irish snooker.
Yeah.
But why is it when it sits there on the other side it's called a Chinese snooker? I'd be really curious if someone could sit there and Google that for us.
I don't want to say it's because you can barely see it.
And that's another miss by Brownie.
It's not a bad lead. Oh, well, he might be able to get that into the middle. And the yellow's a blocker now. The yellow's a massive blocker.
Yeah, I was going to say, I think that's this is definitely going to go to Luke Anglesey. I think we actually jinxed it by saying that it's going to be a tight match. Because...
Yeah, the yellow was a perfect blocker. What a shot that was.
You know what? As much as Kieran sometimes, like, I don't believe him on anything, that's actually very plausible.
That's a valid point.
That's actually very plausible. So I'm hoping he did actually Google that and he's not just taking the mickey.
It definitely sounds like something he's freeballed. That's what I was told anyway. No, that could be a legitimate thing.
Well, I was about to say, it actually does make sense.
I'm not really putting the two together, but obviously I'm just missing out here on something.
I'm gonna call this out because I think that he should have put it in the chat rather than just sending me a message. But apparently, Nathan McMahon says it's because Chinese are small people and hard to reach over the ball.
Again, a very plausible purpose, you know.
That one, come on. Kieran's is far more plausible. That actually makes a lot more sense. I can't believe I've just put that onto, like, it's ingrained on the internet now. Like, that's just been saved, that I just actually said that Kieran's made a good point.
Wait, how long? That doesn't.
Hold on a second. That's even worse.
That
now,
is so racist. Because the shot becomes weird and unnatural.
So basically, it's a 6-7 shot. It's a 6-7 shot.
It's a 6.
For any of you Gen Alphas watching, it's a 6-7 shot. Like,
should be a John Barkley snooker. Man.
Looks like the only person that actually understands that is JJ, sitting there watching, turning around. Can tell how old he is. That's a good one, Kieran, as well. Thanks, Kieran. Appreciate that.
Angles has just ran a bit far here. He's played such a good shot to open the black, but he's not Chinese snooker. He's full snooker.
Standard.
Snooker.
Standard. Ron's looking like a good chance here to go out.
Yeah, you would expect it from him, really. See what? Oh, he's checked it up.
I think that's probably one of the worst escapes I've seen Angles do.
It
was probably tough because he was going over. Yeah. He made it a Chinese snooker.
Because it was weird and unnatural.
Yeah. Thanks, Sebash. Thanks.
Great
Good thing I'm not
insight.
Chinese, so it's all right.
Foreign or odd. That's just as bad.
Hey, he used ChatGPT. Gone are the days of Google it. It's ChatGPT it. Google's just so much easier to say, though. They should have come up with a better name.
Chat gupped. Right, back to the match here. We're getting put on tangents here fairly regularly. Oh, Ron.
This match has just got all of it in there.
And what's mad is he's still up 4-1, and this is like...
Well, this is where Rocky really needs to start. Like, Ron's not playing the best that he normally does. Rocky really needs to sit there and put something against him just to put some pressure on him. Because if he starts getting the pressure in early, he can get out. He can claw back the lead.
Yep.
And then get out to a good start before Ron starts finding form.
But that's what I mean. There was one or two good finishes from Ron, but the other frames, like, he was in it. He was in them. And Alan's just so steady here. He's just...
I was about to say he missed the last one when he played it in the same pocket. So I'm glad that he's part of that one. It's looking steady. He's cued that one nicely.
Simon again, that's a very plausible possibility. Because obviously China is on the other side of the world. That's also a fact.
It's like an 8-hour north. How is it on the other side?
It is to Ireland. So is Australia. We thought your tables were upside down. No word of a lie.
Nah, Earth is flat, mate.
So Alan's
that's going
to
give a little bit of help back to Brownie there.
Yeah. Even midway through, 5-1 and 4-2 are massive scoreline differences. Rocky's played a good one there. But this is what I'm surprised he hasn't been doing sooner. You know, we haven't been seeing a whole lot of
I still can't believe that out of all the comments I made about the Chinese snooker, Kieran's was like the most logical one.
Kieran is ChatGPT. We've just figured that out.
Even with Sebastian looking up ChatGPT, I
You should've
still
looked
feel
up-
that Kieran's makes more sense.
You should have looked up McCrory GPT. That would have been a better way to go. Oh, Michael. Michael seems to be.
Yeah, he's definitely a lot more swole since he's gone down a size of t-shirt. So it's definitely something I noticed.
I believe they call it the Vin Diesel effect.
Yeah.
I'm surprised he hasn't moved on to the tank tops yet. To be fair.
Problem is, if I move down a shirt size smaller, I just have the the really large uncle effect. There's the whole gun out the bottom of the shirt sort of feeling. Might not need the air cons on though.
True. Yeah, he's just.
I don't even want to think about it.
Yeah, and this is Rocky. You would be, although I've already said this about 4 times, but you'd be surprised if he didn't take these out here.
Sorry, well, that's funny, Michael.
It's still back. Me and you both, mate. Me and you both. We're both in the same size. I just started wearing women's large, mate. Works a treat.
Oh, it's actually perfect sizing. Rocky really needs to get this one.
And he's gone too far again. He's just. Passionate player. It's funny your name's Passionate Player with making such a comment too. You really have a lot of passion in your words.
And it's actually funny because I had someone else tell me the same thing when another player was playing someone. It's like, oh, it's their idol. And they actually struggled. They got absolutely thumped as well. So that's actually really plausible too. Because looking at the way Rocky played last week, I definitely would be favourite to get over Phil Bell relatively convincingly.
Yeah.
I know that Phil Bell was making a lot of mistakes, but like I said, Ron has been too. Probably very similar mistakes to what Phil Bell made last week. And that's what I'm amazed. Like, he just hasn't put him away. Whereas last week, if Phil Bell missed, that was it. Like, Rocky was not letting him back on the table.
And if he was, it was at a disadvantage, you know.
Correct, that's right.
But yeah, that was a big finish again. 4-1, difference in 4-2 and 5-1. We're just at the boat.
So I'm hoping that the momentum's actually shifting the other way because I really want to see some good frames. It's a good match like last week. Like last week was actually really good to watch them.
That's why we're looking here. Angles and Allen 4-3, and it's playing like 4-3. You know, it could be either way. Either boy could be 4-3 up.
Well, that's it. So now we've seen the scoreline on that side. I'm just going to end the poll. Looks like Ron's favourite between Rocky and Ron.
16 votes, 87%.
Yeah, I was going to say 87% are believing Ron and 13% are believing Rocky. So we're just going to put the poll now for.
I think this will be the interesting one. Because I know we have a lot of Brownie fans. It seems like he's the most liked player out of everybody I've met. It seemed to be.
So is Angles.
Yeah,
he's with the comps that he's been running. He pretty much has run this now for the last 3 years, the Champions League.
Yeah.
Maybe 4, maybe even longer actually, I think. But yeah, he's been running these now. He's been the Super League coordinator for the last 5 or 6 years, I think.
And he's doing a great
and people are still loving it and coming back to it. Well, that's actually a lot bigger percentage than I would have thought so early. Like Luke favourite at 83%. Yeah, he's not left himself the best on this red.
Oh, wow.
He's left that one really nice. That's going to be a tough one.
Yeah, because how do you snooker from there? You sort of have to try and screw around the rails. I think your man's going to win. Aye. Oh, aye. That's a... I don't know. I just can't see your man winning, to be honest.
Just talking about Luke for you. He's your man.
Ah, yeah.
Oh, that's somebody you can get.
We're searching for... Oh, yeah, no, you can't actually talk about that.
No, that's why I was like... I thought you got down when I, in fact, I hold back on what I was about to say.
Potential legal. Right, well, anyway, back to the pool. Even leaving a one-railer is fairly scary against Luke, because if you look, it's pretty close to being dead on as well, to just...
Yeah, Luke's normally pretty good with these kick shots.
That's what I mean, yeah.
Oh, you could see the ball.
See the side of it?
Oh. Didn't realise you could see it full ball anyway. I don't actually know what Luke was trying to achieve there. I'm just...
Yeah, because I think he's going to be snookered after that, no matter if he landed up on the top cushion.
Well, I was going to say, unless he leaves it on the very top cushion, but yeah, he's just going to get snookered straight after. That one was very, very interesting. And Ron's missed again.
Still,
like, I actually think Phil Bell missed less last week so far than what Ron has missed. And the scoreline's still in Ron's favour.
I'm starting to see it, because if you think about it as well, every player has like their quote-unquote demon, you know, whether they're better than them or still like maybe potentially statistically worse than them, and yet they still have trouble playing them. Like,
that's me and Winston. Believe it or not, you watch Winston play and you would think there is no way that person would ever beat Marchie far more than he would beat him. And I honestly, I think it's like 70% or 80% to...
Wow.
It was kind of like me and John Barclay as well. Like I think it was like 100-0. Like John Barclay just beat me every time. I think I've clawed back 6 frames so far.
Yeah, like, so it's 100-6 currently.
And all those progress. 6 was this year. Like
yeah, it can just be a mind game, you know. Every black just seems like you're shooting into a tiny pocket, you know. It's every ball can feel like that.
And it's not like Rocky's balls have been horrible as well when he's got to the table. Like, he's had a chance to actually go out. And this one here looks like Brownie's going to capitalise on that mistake by Angles.
Bring it to 4-4. Looks like we'll have a fight in our hand, ladies and gentlemen. Why did I say it like that? I thought it was Bruce Buffer for a minute.
Sorry?
I thought it was Bruce Buffer for a minute. It's time!
I was like, I can't remember who that is.
Ooh.
So I'm really curious, though. We've got 71 viewers on there. Did anyone go to the wrestling the other week?
If Mitch is in here, I know that Mitch Fuller went to... Are you talking about Crown Jewel?
Crown Jewel, Raw, or SmackDown. There was 3 of them on last was it last weekend or the weekend before?
I was keen to go, but it's just not the same as it used to be, you know.
Yeah, it definitely wasn't like the Undertaker and that sort of thing. Triple H. Well, Triple H was there. He was there. He wasn't wrestling, but he was there.
Oh, Brownie's overran this a close one. Well. So how would you go about playing this, March, if I can pick your brain for a minute? Are you just trying to stun all the way up the table and all the way back down?
It depends, because some players want to be make that black a lot easier. So you'll probably find that they'll go up the table and back down. Other players will just take their medicine and go, you know what, I don't want to sit there and lose the control of the white ball.
Yeah, well, it looks like Brownie's just going to... Oh, yeah, that's exactly what he played. Oh, he played...
And this here is exactly what I was about to say. That's where some players will just, you know what, I don't want to take a risk of this. And they'll just screw back slightly, leave themselves a bit of a harder shot in the black, but at least then they avoid any of that sort of thing happening.
Well, it's true whenever they say just take your medicine.
And don't get me wrong, Brownie could have played that a million different ways to not have done that, but he's trying to get nice on the black.
Which
so
I'm
his focus is
surprised
that.
because it feels like Brownie's the type of player who would just screw back and leave a longer black, you know. Because he definitely had the angle he was screwing away from the ball, to be fair, but he still had the angle to do it. I'm surprised, yeah. And to play with right hand side to try and come 2 reels, that's a massive shot.
He's trying to come down the actual angle, like the potting angle. That's what he's trying to do, get the white ball down the potting angle so he's not coming across it. It just makes it less chance of hitting it too hard and snookering yourself or anything like that. And it just means it gives yourself a much easier pot on the black. Is it true I used to be a wrestler?
A jelly.
I was about to say, look, I dabbled in mud wrestling for a bit. You know, if you guys don't know the rules of that, but I used to have to wear Speedos. And,
that's the best comment. A jelly wrestler.
Problem with jelly wrestling is I would have just eaten the jelly. There would have been nothing left.
Oh,
so.
that's comment of the evening. That one's going on the board.
Oh, it'll still never beat the time when I was like, you know what I really need to do? And Kieran, without breaking stride, just turns around, eat a salad.
I believe, Adam, it's to clean the cue ball, so that's why they're rubbing it on the reel. But then it makes the reel dirty, so I've heard players complain about that side of things as well. But yeah, I think it can also just be part of the routine, like a pre-shot break routine.
Sometimes the routine. You know, like I one time asked a tennis player, like, why do they bounce the ball before they serve? And the guy's like, I don't know. I just do it.
Just natural, yeah.
But then you'll find some people are like, oh, you know, it gets me in the zone and all that sort of thing. So it all depends on the player.
Rocky's left himself a double here.
And he's got it. That's beautiful. What a shot.
Like you say, you take your medicine, you know.
That's it.
He knew he couldn't get into it. He just had to leave it.
And the thing as well, that's really gutsy from Rocky because Rod was on from there.
That's 5-2. That's what that would have been. And now it's 4-3. That's a massive shot.
That's a huge bring back. So are you playing in the West Coast Open this weekend?
Yeah, I'm well excited for it.
Yeah, I think that it's one of the biggest turnouts we've had in a tournament. From what I've been messaged, there's 96 players that are actually playing this weekend.
Tell you, it'd be unbelievable to hit the 100.
Oh, it would be absolutely unreal, but we already cut it off.
We've already
cut it off. So basically what we're doing, we're trialling a whole bunch of things this year for next year's tournaments. So it's a test to see early entries and how we can get that run and make sure that it's pretty much ready to go by comp day. So the draw is actually going to be ready tomorrow night. I'll have that done and it'll be ready to go so everyone rocks up. We can start pretty much whenever. So there's a few housekeeping stuff that we've got to do, but we're even trialling a previously in the past when there was multiple groups, we would have players that would be on certain tables. We're actually going to trial where all the tables for all the players.
Wow, so it's like a proper American style comp.
Correct,
where you
that's right.
You go to it. Yeah.
Yep, so you know the table number's going to get called out, the player goes to it, and then we'll also call the backup player as well. So you'll have a player standing there playing, and you'll have a player sitting there waiting for that frame to finish. So that will be the way we do the roll on, roll off. So you'll have 40 players basically on the tables, actually it'll be 80 players on at the tables at any one time, and then just roll that, roll off. You've basically be here before 9 o'clock because we are looking at starting at 9. I am still waiting to hear some information in regards to the Calcutta side of things.
Yeah, I was going to ask what's the plan
I believe that we're still working that out. Just the Facebook Calcuttas just weren't really working.
Yeah.
And there was more complaints than actual it being a bit of fun, which is the whole point of it.
Well, exactly, yeah.
So we're still sort of working out. We really like Dax's idea.
The reverse Calcutta.
The reverse Calcutta, because then you can kind of set how much the amount's going to be, and then you go backwards from there. So you don't know what the player's going to come out at, but at least you have a good start. So I really liked that idea when I saw that, and I actually had a chat to Darren about it, and we're just not sure if we kind of left it a bit late to try and work
because
out.
Then
but
you have to.
we're really trying to think of what we can do. If we do end up doing it, we'll probably end up posting up what we're going to start certain players off at. But I'm hoping Darren Janet's. I'll be honest, Kieran. Most of the comps that I start do not start. This year I've been literally waiting for players to get here before I've started it, rather than the other way around.
Which if you have 96 competitors,
that's going to be very interesting. So that's why I just thought, like, anyone on the chat at the moment, please make sure that you get down here before 9 o'clock, because we will definitely start briefing at 9 o'clock. I don't want to sort of wait around too much. So.
As well, in terms of you look at Geraldton, and how many players did Geraldton have again? 48, was it?
48, yeah, that's right.
And look at their Calcutta was more than any of the ones, from what I know.
But the good thing about Geraldton is they do run the Calcuttas like live. And that's the thing, like, we noticed that in Kalgoorlie as well, at the Kalgoorlie Open, that by running the Calcutta live, it increased the pot to make it a little 100%. Bit more exciting, because people then can see what's going on, whereas in Facebook people are waiting to try and get someone cheap. So
but you have a perfect stand here. I don't see why on a Friday night we couldn't do the Calcutta here, although to be fair, what time will we be finished on a Saturday night?
Yeah,
it's going to be a long day.
I do hope that you're joking, Kieran, because with the way that we're running the comp, there's not going to be a huge amount of room for lateness.
I'll be taking frames off you, like.
Well, I was saying, if they're not ready to go, unfortunately, like the way that we're doing it, it's going to be very tough. It can cause a lot of confusions. So it's kind of like making it like more of a well-oiled machine.
Yeah. With 96 players, there's no room for error, really.
It's not. Like, the time is actually very, very tight, which is why we're using 20 tables, not just the 16.
And what's the time frame looking like, do you think? So we start at 9 and we finish at... Have you got a general idea of...
Well, we try to get it finished relatively, like, reasonable.
10 o'clock or 11 o'clock?
Oh, no, well earlier than that. Like, you want
earlier than that, you think?
Yeah, you want people to come in the next day, not too tired.
11 I thought 11 o'clock might even be a bit of a push if you're...
I'm just
so what is it, 4
Ron's left himself on the black. Yeah, sorry guys, I've got a bit carried away with the West Coast, and just noticed that Ron's trying to go for an out here, and he's left himself a bit tight on this black.
What's the go now?
I think he's thinking it can go in the... I don't think it can go in the middle, can it?
No, a skill shot? Oh, no.
I didn't realise he had so much pocket.
Wow.
That's a top effort.
Just leaves those balls awkward for Rocky as well. It's really not...
And that last frame there, Brownie's just given the momentum straight back to Angles again.
With the difference in one shot.
A chance to go 4-all, and now all of a sudden the scoreline's the complete opposite way.
And the one we thought that Ron could run away with, it seems to be the one that is actually the closer match currently.
Rocky's caught it back, and that's where, like, he's starting to look like he's a little bit more focused. I think we said it before, like, it looked like it... Well, I said it before, he looked a bit tired, but it looks like he's finally woken up a bit. And Angles has played another good shot there. Good angle to come down for the yellow.
And does it go? Oh, yeah, it must do. He wouldn't have played it like that if it didn't go.
I was about to say, I would have thought he would have played it a bit differently if it didn't go.
Let's see what Ron decides to do here. Wow, I did not think he could see enough of the... Oh, surely not. Oh.
If that plants, again, Rocky's got a good chance here. And this is another one of those opportunities that he had earlier on in the match, and he didn't capitalise on. So
the yellow didn't go. But he's played the double. Oh wow, how he's landed on that double is. Yeah, and Rocky's just going through the motions here. He just do what he does better. It's just make everything just as simple as possible. You don't need to do anything massive.
I think he's actually like when he's got the chance for the out here, it looks like he's overthinking a bit too much.
Yeah.
Like he's taken his, and I know people like they're trying to set to a routine and that sort of thing, but I think he's taken probably that little bit too long, where he's might be second guessing what he's doing, but he might also be composing himself too. Like it's really interesting to see what people are doing in that mental moment, and that's one of the things that I do love about this is the mental side of it. It's pretty interesting to see. It'd be good to see like a big like thought bubble above their head, like showing you what they're doing on the stream. It'd be really interesting.
Because some players, you look at them and think, okay, 100% they've just overthought that. You know what I mean? And then other players, you think, okay, well he's took the exact amount of time he needed to get the right idea of what to do.
Yeah.
And other players, like, that's why the 45-second shot clock is so interesting, because it's okay. Some people they say like, okay, I leave it to the last 15 seconds, but they still haven't decided what they're going to do. And in the last 15 seconds, and then others think, okay, well I'll use the 30 seconds to find my shot, 15 seconds to play it.
Yep.
And that's a big difference. That's the difference between First Division and Super League, really. Because it's not just about using the time to use it; it's about using it effectively.
Correct. That's right. And the thing is, like, when you're sitting off the table, I know some players turn around and say, oh, well, you shouldn't watch the table so you're fresh in mind when you walk up to the table. And then other players are mapping what could happen if they get back to the table. So they kind of already got an idea of what they're going to do before they walk up to the table. So it's interesting that those guys there sometimes take that much longer to think about what they're going to do.
But that's why I always say sort of playing the players of the higher standard, per se. Like, you can nearly tell what they're going to do or what they're going to try and do, so you can think about your next shot if it doesn't go right for them. But then obviously, depending on who you're playing, you might not be able to tell what they're going to do.
I think Rocky's left this at a good spot. I was about to say that this is actually crucial where he leaves it, because you don't want to be too close to that black. You don't want to be...
Like he's stunning across.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, he's left it quite nice. Kieran, the man of many facts. Speaking of big comps,
that's unbelievable. 3,500 entrants.
Well, this is the thing. Like there's some stuff in the works. I don't want to say too much yet in case it doesn't happen, because we need a whole bunch of things to flow. But if everything does flow, and it looks pretty good, and I'm in talks with a few different people here. We may end up getting something like that.
Wow.
Yep.
Well, that's the one thing we have, is because a lot of our guys go over to QLD and NSW to go and play in these major comps, but it doesn't seem like it's happening the other way around. Is it something that we're lacking here in WA, or what do you think?
If you have a look at the sheer amount of numbers, like I go to the Geelong Open quite regularly, because it's actually a brilliant comp, and you're playing a round robin. Single frame, so it's no different than what we play here. But the difference is there's nearly 500 players that play in that. And it costs $25 to enter for me, and I think $50 for the guys over east. Well, it might be $50 for me and $75 over east. So the entrance fees are pretty low, whereas you look here, we're paying $150 for the West Coast. And some of the comps we're playing is like $200, $250.
Yeah, and that's just trying to make up the money for the fact of the less players, is what it looks like.
Yeah, but like if you look at like the Slate Intermediate comp and the Slate Pro comp,
yep.
Your $1,000 entry fee and $500 entry fee, and those are limited to a certain amount of players. So it's one of those things. We've got to make sure it's attractive enough, because it's quite expensive for the players to travel from over east to here. Whereas generally the comps over east, because of the sheer amount of numbers and how cheap it is to enter, they've always got an attraction to go over there and play.
Yeah. But surely you just, if the wheel's not broken, you don't have to fix it. Just do a similar format to what they do and market it a similar way.
We don't have the numbers. Like, I think I was talking to someone, and like Pool Victoria, like the number of members they've got there is astronomical. Plus the players that aren't members, so like there's quite a lot of player base over there.
Okay, so
And same as Queensland, like
yeah.
they've got quite a lot of player base, and it costs you $70 or $100 or $150 to fly from Queensland down to Melbourne, whereas it's costing us $500
Yeah.
return. No return. That's one way to get across to Melbourne and Melbourne back to Perth. Like,
But what do you think the cause for WA not having as many? Well, I don't want to say
sheer the
players because it has
isolation.
lots of players.
WA
but-
is Perth is the most isolated city in the
yeah,
world.
Yeah,
So it's the sheer cost to get over here. So you've got to make sure it's attractive. If they're going to come over, it's got to be other, not just because they're in the area at the time, which I know, like there was once that Craig Stevens came down to one of the comps. He was in the area, but we've had like I think Rusty went to the Geraldton Open one of the
Right.
times.
Wow,
If you look on the pamphlet, he was there. So there's some Eastern State players that have actually come over and done it, but I think that they didn't just come over for the comp. I think they came over and they were there for a holiday or
they just happened
for a
to be
reason, or they've
right.
tied it in together.
Yeah.
It's not just a matter for the comp. Whereas these, it's like you're coming over for a weekend to play pool. So it's got to be enticing. And I know the Western National, that was quite a while ago. Now thinking about it, I was like, geez, that's actually quite a while ago. There were satellite events and that sort of thing, and the prize money was quite big. And I think it was Ben Noonan that won that one. But it was quite good prize money, so it was incentive for them to come over. But there were satellites that actually paid for their flights over and that sort of thing.
But that sort of thing helps. It's all marketing in the end of the day.
Well, correct, but you've got to have the numbers in the comp. So the satellites actually funded a lot of that. So it's a lot of coordination and a lot of effort put in. And I think that's where when Ron was doing it, because Ron was actually, Ron and someone else, I can't remember who it was the brainchild. That really got a lot of attraction, but it was a lot of work. And I think by the end of it, Ron kind of worked out like it's a lot of work, and he just didn't have the time to do it. I thought Angles had got that. He loves those. He loves those.
Yeah, coming back to the pool again, it's definitely an interesting topic. Sort of the idea of where WA pool is in the grand scale of Australia, and how that can grow.
We're actually very, very strong. Like we're one of the few states. I think New South Wales just got like a dedicated hole for their players to try and increase the elite players as well. It's a good point, Callum. That is true. It burned him out that much that he just quit pool.
People.
No, we're talking about Ron. After the Western National, pretty much he stopped playing pool for a while after that. So that's actually very funny.
We'll
Rocky's finding his rhythm now.
Like, it looks like Brownie's pulling out pots as well.
That was a huge shot from Brownie.
Changing up here. Like I said before, this has really gone tight. And look at the percentage for Luke. It's dropping. Ended up on 71%.
A couple of misses there, and I'm like, maybe I should have left that pool running for Ron and Rocky for a bit. Because Rocky is definitely looking like he's starting to become a bit of the favourite. Like he's switched on. And
was it Callum who said 11-4 Ron to win?
11-5 he said.
Okay,
11-5.
well,
and Simo said 11-6. So
they're both still technically possible.
Yeah, they're both in the mix still.
Plausible, I suppose. Well, Ron just has to turn on, doesn't he? And he's more than capable of doing it.
Well, the thing is that, like I said, he's been missing those shots, and the scoreline wasn't reflecting those misses because, like I said, I feel that Phil Bell was missing less last week, but when he missed, Rocky was punishing him. Tonight, he's not been punishing Ron, and what was it, Passionate Player mentioned that it was probably in his head a little bit that he's playing someone that is a bit of an idol for. But I don't know if that's good advice for Ron there, because I think Rocky loves it to a bit slow down. That's sort of his forte. So Brownie has just brought that back to 5-4.
Just to double check the stream again to make sure is everyone watching it through YouTube or through the new website feature
Well,
that
the
they've
website should
installed?
transfer you to YouTube.
Yeah, but it seems like the website feature isn't currently working. Let me have a look. Which I thought the website feature was a great idea, because now all 4 of the tables are on YouTube now. Yeah, so the website's still currently down by the looks of it.
So I've just had a Grant Weekly. I didn't realise that he'd sent me a message. And the term is to believe originate from the way Chinese characters are written from right to left, which is the opposite of how the cue ball is often positioned for a normal snooker. There you go, Kieran.
He was right all along.
He was right along. Google was also righter than ChatGPT.
Trade chat. That sounds fairly familiar.
I think he is one of the biggest up-and-coming players. Trey.
Okay,
I'm
yeah.
going to pronounce
Trey.
it wrong. I don't even know why I bothered trying.
Why you bothered trying? And is he NSW or QLD?
NT, I believe.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. One to look forward to.
It's actually going to, like, the Darwin Open is one of those really interesting comps. Really nice comp to play in. So if anyone's thinking about travelling to some comps, Darwin Open, Geelong Open, very good.
Geelong
Obviously,
Open as
the
well.
Slate
Whereabouts is it?
Intermediate and Slate Pro comps, very, very fun to play in.
Whereabouts is the Geelong Open?
Also in the same area in Victoria there, in Geelong.
Okay, yeah.
I was going to say it's in the name. Trey. The only thing I did think of is Trey. Thanks very much, Trey, for clarifying that. I appreciate that. I feel really bad because I've met you like twice, and I think I've said the name wrong twice as well.
Try and tree.
I believe I did say try both times.
But it's definitely... He's one to look out for, eh?
Whereas pool is definitely good in WA, and I'm like, I think it's just getting better and better. Like, the women's comp for the West Coast had probably the most amount I've seen women playing as sorry. I definitely know there's an I in there, so sorry, I'm just looking at the computer. Just got to go back to the pool quickly.
Yeah.
Luke is looking like he's about to sit there and
God.
try and shut down Brownie's run. The out's definitely there.
You just have to try and screw this.
It's just about, I was going to say, it's the position between...
Well, he's definitely
And
did
he's
more
got
than
that.
I thought he would. Yeah, that's a great shot.
Well, the thing is, I don't think he wanted to play the one just beneath the red to the middle, and that's why I was really curious on what he was going to try and do there. And I wanted to say it, but it's very, very hard to try and work out. Oh my God, I thought he missed that.
That is massive. That's a game changer, really.
And it looks like Ron may also be on a bit of a run here. He's got a bit of a problem ball with those two just underneath the black. But one goes to the other corner. So it's just got to make sure that he gets on it.
I'm trying to keep up with the comments here as well, but I'm trying to focus on the pool. It's a hard task. Whenever you say NT, as in
Northern
Tasmania?
Territory.
Oh, no, Northern
Territory.
I was thinking Tasmania.
Tasmania. That would just be Tasmania.
Yeah, but, New Tasmania.
Or Taz.
I was thinking Tassie, yeah.
Yeah, it's got to be Tassie, mate. We're in Australia. It's Tassie.
Northern Territory. Wow.
I think that would have ruined the subtitles for Kieran by saying Tassie. It would have just thrown it off.
Funny enough, Luke was telling me how good he is at these Chinese snooker shots, and yeah, he showed it again there. Seems like he's figured out a trick or two when it comes to it.
Well, that's basically just put a little bit of pause on Brownie just for a few moments.
Oh, that's a great shot from Rocky. He's got great action.
He's cued that one nicely.
Which is the only thing that's really been lacking from his game, it
Yeah,
seems,
well,
is the cueing.
that cueing, yeah. It definitely looks like he's settled in, but The problem is that you get that wind, so he really needs to try and capitalise on that wind right now that he's got, that momentum, before he starts to gas out a little bit again.
Yeah.
Like he needs to make sure that he's putting them away. He's not giving those little bit of errors that he was making before, and just giving it back to Ron, because that's when Ron can definitely, all of a sudden he's like, yep, that's me, I'm going with it.
Yeah.
So yeah.
You give him an inch and he takes a mile, as they say. So it looks like Rocky's going to play this with left-hand side. You always are asking.
Oh, he just needed that.
But I think it goes up top. I don't.
It definitely goes up.
I
He
think
didn't
was
need
happy.
to, but it just would have given that little bit of easiness on the shot. Now he's got to come down rather than.
Yeah. But again, he has the ball to do it. It's not like the pattern's any worse.
No, that's right. That is true. I actually think it would have been worse if he hit it. Now looking at it,
It did seem like that, yeah. Because the yellow, you just use it as a stopper. You don't have to try and screw or anything. You just don't. Yeah.
And he's got so many backup shots, because as much as he's probably like frustrated where he's sitting, he still has that other ball into the corner, which he can still then get position on that one underneath the yellow, or next to the yellow.
But the
and then the other two are nice.
The angle's not exactly what you're looking for. You nearly have to try and.
No, he's got to really just drop it in. He doesn't have to do too much with it. I'm
And
fairly
then
certain
he
it's
thinks
got enough angle that
just roll it into the middle.
it's going to be slightly to the left, which will give him the angle on the one in the corner.
I wonder if he'll try and come to the left-hand side of the yellow and come up the table. Because the
That's
angle, I
another
think
one
the
as well,
angle's
but-
tighter than it. Oh no, he could just. Oh, he set that too hard.
That's why I think he just should have.
But again,
It's
the
one
way.
of those things. He's trying to get closer to the ball,
Yeah.
and now he's got that one into the corner,
Well, that's what
which
I mean,
he can
yeah.
play.
And it's a good shot too, because it's a heat check, especially at this point. Trey loves Osmith. He just loves it.
Trey, I think there's some big things happening with Ultimate Pool in Australia, so
It's looking good.
hopefully that's keeps going ahead and stays on the track that it's meant to be going.
Well, it's just everything about Ultimate Pool at the moment is massive. Like what they're doing with the IPA,
Well,
with the black ball stuff as
they're
well.
trying to make it a professional sport,
A universal
you know,
one
and,
at
and
that,
that's
yeah.
the thing. But they've got to really not worry about all the other codes, I think. And I'm like, this is where a bit of controversy comes in. But you know, we all love a bit of controversy on YouTube. They just need to stick to one code.
Yeah,
It's as simple as that. Like, we don't need to worry about all the other rule sets and that sort of thing, and just focus on one thing, do it well, and that's it. Like, don't worry about multiple things and then trying to make everything work. Just do one thing well, and that's what they're doing.
But I tell you, one that I've seen was See Back Home.
I'm like, I don't know who that is, but that is a very funny comment. That would be very interesting, and I would actually like to see
He
that.
looks like he's already there.
And you know what? I reckon he'd win.
He
I
looks like
reckon
he's
he would
already
win.
there. But yes, to come back to the idea, you were talking about having the one rule set, so to speak. So one of the fellas back home, Gary Clark, he's the Masters
That's a huge
world
shot
champion at the
from
moment. That
Rocky,
was a great
sorry.
shot. But so what he's doing is he's running a tournament now back home where you lag for the rule set.
Like that's great for like a local comp and that sort of thing. But if you're going to try and make something professional,
yeah.
you need to stick with it.
But
you don't
it's
see
just
darts
such
with
an
multiple
outside
different
of the-
comps.
yeah,
You don't
yeah,
see snooker going, oh, well, we've got I know they've got the shootout format,
And
but
the golden-
the rules are
yeah,
still
yeah.
very similar, you know.
But it's just
and they've
such
got the
a-
6 red as well, which is a bit different. But that's not what they're going to sit there and go, oh, well, we're going to go to 6 red because it's a quicker game. You know, people want to see snooker.
Yeah, I just think it's a really outside the box type of. Oh yeah.
Yes, you did. I think we all did.
Yeah,
Anyone
yeah,
that's
yeah.
friends with Luke on Facebook, we definitely all saw that handstand.
To be fair play to him. Look, he was walking on all his hands, man. I can't even
I think
do
I said I might have
handstand.
said that a bit loud. It did hear me. I'm not trying to put off any players over there. I should be a bit quieter. Like, I didn't realise.
But yeah, in terms of the rule set thing, I think it's a really it's an interesting idea what they're trying to everyone's trying to innovate the game, which is the biggest thing, is always trying to innovate how we do things in terms of marketing and advertising, especially because then that's how you bring more people to the game. So yeah, maybe not lag for rule set, but it's still a really interesting idea. The fact that people are trying new things is the main.
The one thing that they really need to focus on, that I feel, this is definitely my opinion, so it's not any anyone's said that this is happening or anything like that. But the mindset of a lot of the things is that pool is a pub sport, and that's not just the mentality from spectators, it's also some of the players too. And I think that's where they're really trying to focus on trying to get rid of that stigma. And that's where Ultimate Pool's trying to market it as a professional sport. They're trying to do things like, I know there was a lot of, I wouldn't say controversy, but a debate over whether those balls needed to be done for the Ultimate Pool. But it's still marking their brand. So when you think Ultimate Pool, you think that those set of balls, you start thinking that rule set. It's the image of that brand. Like that's the brand Ultimate Pool. It's something as the hay ball using the pink and blue.
Yes,
I think.
yeah.
That's like. If you think of pink and blue, that's hay ball. If you're thinking about the stripes and solids with different colours, that's going to be the American 9-ball and 8-ball. If you think about the yellows and the casino ball with stripes and yellows, that's Ultimate Pool.
But then
everything else is just pool.
Don't forget about SA as well. South Africa have the blue and yellow.
Yeah.
Which so everyone's trying to do their own thing,
But it's all about branding.
Yeah.
So that's the biggest thing.
Which is because the one thing is snooker has always been like the overarching successor to pool is sort of how a lot of snooker players see it anyway, where it's like, oh, pool is the easier game to snooker. But it's not necessarily true at all. It's not often you see snooker players come in and do really, really well at pool,
Yeah, but they've been practicing and training in a different.
Exactly. So
they
can pot the
so
table.
Snooker and pool, it's not just different rule set. You're talking different balls, different tables. Like it is a different game. That's like having someone playing darts and javelin. Like
that's
they
a great
are very
analogy.
different.
That is a great analogy. That's pretty much spot on. But yeah,
so we just had to go quiet. Terry walked over, so.
Yeah, they had a complaint that the vocals coming over too loud.
That's what I was saying. Like we've quieted it down.
Yeah, well, that's right. They can actually hear you.
We're trying. We're
nice
trying.
one,
It's
Terry.
hard.
Good lad, Terry.
It's rush hour 5.
Rush hour 5, yeah. That's a great idea from
I was to say that's a very smart shot from Luke.
Ron's. Just does that black
I'll say
go
Ron.
past the
It does go.
to the bottom left?
Oh, bottom left. Sorry. Yeah. I was about to say.
Oh wow!
I wouldn't have thought that he'd be going for the bottom left because unless it's like dead straight through. But I'm fairly certain that yellow's just slightly make that pocket a bit tighter.
But just the way he cued that there, even to
Well, he had to do something because Rocky's been just firing on all cylinders. So that's brought it back to 6-5. So that's actually a very good out from Ron, and he needed that.
again, that's a great point from W.A.E.B.F. If that is W.A.E.B.F, it has to be W.A.E.B. There's no other boy called Alistair, is there?
Well, it's not that an uncommon name.
But not in WA pool scene who has.
But it might not be someone in WA pool scene.
True. Yeah, that's true. We'll just call him W.A.E.B. for the time being. But when was the last time you seen any marketing or advertising outside of the pool community? That is a massive thing. That's the sort of thing I'm talking about. We're not reaching outside the scope.
See, like, there we go. It is our bad.
Oh my God! Did you see what a pot that was from?
I missed it because I was just about to reply to Al Kababi.
Al Kababi. Oh, there's Sarah Lakes. Yeah,
yeah, I did miss it because I was just about to reply to Al. Sorry, Al, you're going to have to wait for my reply back to that.
Because that raid.
Remind me what you said.
Yeah,
afterwards.
the only raid he had in that bottom left-hand corner, and he just played it all the way up the rail.
Yep. And he's got a chance on this one too. Oh.
Although he's made it a bit more awkward now.
It definitely would have just been a bit nicer having that red over the pocket. Makes it a little bit harder for Luke just to easily leave it safe.
Wow, everybody has seemed to jump on the hello Sarah Lakes wagon. Who is Sarah Lakes? Is that a real person or is that it's one of those decoys?
I think it's French for yum.
Ah, yeah. Oh,
He's
he's cute.
got
like
that
a
so
dream.
nice. And Rocky's a chance for an out here, just to be able to stop Ron's little comeback there.
You're going to be climbing the walls
He's-
too.
He said that nice. I was just about to say, I was like, has he just hit that in between?
Yeah, it seems like now Sarah Lake seems like this person who doesn't actually exist. Put one post in and then jump out because everyone's trying to get hold of her, and they can't seem to.
I'm fairly certain they all know who it is, so
Right.
that's why I
right.
just didn't bother with it. I'm trying to sit there and watch the pool because I haven't been watching it for
Yeah.
about 10 minutes there, replying to some of the comments. So I think that's one good thing about the guys watching is that they can still watch the quality pool and just listen to what we have to say. It's only the people commenting that actually sit there and take their eyes off it.
Oh, Rocky. I think he has the right. Oh, it's tight
It's
angle
tight.
though.
That's a tight
That's-
shot. This will really see how well he's queuing and where his mindset's at.
Oh, Luke's hammered that. What do you think about the cross double for Rocky, or is that too low percentage?
No, I don't think he
and down.
needs to. He just needs to cue this one up a bit.
Oi. Oh, he's
Yeah,
played
he's
that
playing it
lovely.
nice.
Yeah.
As I say, it's just tell you where his head's at and where his queuing's at. And he's hit that so confidently too. I think Run's in a bit of trouble here.
Yeah, it definitely looks that way.
That was a huge miss.
But he could have
And
left
he's
it
actually
worse.
left the yellow in a really bad spot.
Yeah.
Oh, I
Rocky.
don't know. I think he should have rolled that one a bit more forward.
Oh, I'd say he'd still back himself. Yeah.
You would, but this has just became a little bit tougher shot.
It looks like all Bernie has to do
He's
is
trying
just
to focus on holding Ron off at bay
yeah,
and just
yeah.
keep his lead.
And all Brownie has to do here is really just put the red over the pocket and leave the white stuck to the top rail. And just, you have to play him on the double. You've no choice really, do you? Just leave it over the pocket. If he makes it, he makes it. If
The
he
thing
doesn't,
he
he
has to
doesn't.
make sure he doesn't just leave a gap there that
Make it a
Angles
big
can try and go
pocket.
underneath it,
Yeah, that's a great thought.
which we saw Brownie do last week. Oh no, sorry, not last week, in the Premier League final.
Or just roll up on it. Oh,
That there was a shot that was taught to me by none other than Sutton Lister. Just make that really awkward queuing. That's a great shot,
Yeah.
Rocky. Good out.
but the thing is, does Luke not just have the same return?
He does, and that's the reason why I think he should have played it to move it over towards that corner pocket. Because now
No, yeah.
he's in a lot of trouble.
This is some touch to get the snooker behind the other side of the red. It's going to take some touch here. Just knock that red off the rail. Don't go in off.
And don't get me wrong, Luke's played a great shot there. It's not easy queuing over that ball.
Yeah.
You see a lot of people make mistakes. They miscue it. They miss the ball completely. And these are like professional players too.
Yeah.
Like I've seen it.
But that's what I was mentioning about earlier. He says that his percentage on those is just as good as potting
Correct,
it regularly. Yeah.
And it's
You
just
work on
something
your
that he's just
weaknesses.
practiced
That's,
heaps of times.
yeah. You work on your weaknesses, not your strengths. Yeah, I think he has to try and play the snooker here, because if he gets it, it's game over, you know. Oh, let's see. Oh, I think it's a bit hard. Oh, unless he's jaw snookered him, has
I
he?
was going to say, don't tell he's got the jaw as well. Give us an expression, Luke. Tell us if he got it. I think he has. Now, yes, no. Oh, just give
Oh,
us
that
any
face.
expression. Give us any
He
expression.
made a face there, and I think it's going to take left-hand
Might be
side.
tight.
Oh,
It was tight. But
Squeezed the life out of that one. That's 7-4. Like 2 minutes ago, we were talking about how it was 5-4 and how
That's right.
it's just. And same in the other match as well. Rocky's just. He's been the first one to hit the next gear. Oh, he's cued that unbelievable. How's he done that then?
he's cued that nice. And as I say, I think he's. Besides this red that's just between those two yellows, I think most of them, they go pretty standard. Like,
Yeah. Is the angle here now? I think he can. But then he has to play the plant. Or do you just run into that top yellow above the 3-pack?
You talking about Ron or Rocky?
Rocky's on reds. Yeah.
Yeah, I was confused there, and I was like, what are you talking about? Are you talking about?
But this just doesn't do anything for him, I didn't think.
Well, that's why I didn't think that was the time to do it then. I think
I
you
would
should
have
have taken
played
it a
the
little bit
red
later.
into the middle at the bottom of the pack and tried to run into the yellow.
I think I
that's
just
the
worked
shot I
out
was thinking.
what his plan was. I just don't think he's got the right position for it. I think he was planning on actually leaving that to later on come down and pot that one
Yep.
into the opposite corner. Pot the red, between the two yellows into the opposite corner.
Yeah.
But he's not come far enough. So I'm trying to see if he's come far enough or not.
Well, what do you think about just playing the loss of turn and just leave the ball on the bottom rail?
There's not really any benefit to that. But now it's really hard for him. He's taken out a ball that he would have given him nice, easy drop down for that one into the red in between the two yellows down to the corner.
The only benefit is that ball in between the two yellows is probably your best ball to get on the black anyway. So
correct.
That's the only benefit
But
here.
it was the ball to try and get onto that one. That was
Yeah.
going to be the tough one.
You see, it looks like he's going to try and get onto it now with how he's pumping this cue. Yeah, just... Wow.
He's actually got that to the other corner.
Wow.
That's... I know he wasn't going for that, but...
But again, now the black just becomes that bit more awkward. I know it's hard to leave that to your last ball, but I think you nearly have to. Because the black just goes nicely into the middle.
That red now goes into the middle. If he just cues this nicely, which is
I
slightly
forgot
out.
about the pot.
And this will be a good tester for Ron to see how he's cueing that and where his head's at. Because he's got one tough ball there on the rail, but he's got two balls there that can open it up.
I don't know what it is. See, if you just look at Ron, you just see he's not his calm, composed self. I know it looks like it, but his expression just seems slightly different.
I don't
Not sure
know.
what it is.
He looks pretty much the same as he normally does.
That's
That's the
what
one thing
I don't
about Ron.
know.
He just doesn't really change.
But if you look at it, it's like... Yeah, see the face, it's the slight facial expressions is what I'm looking at. It's like... just a bit of pressure. Maybe
He's
I'm
probably
just
definitely
overthinking it,
disappointed
but...
that he's been missing quite a few.
Yeah.
But like I said, Rocky hasn't put him away when he's done that. So it's still given him hope, and hope's always a dangerous thing.
Oh. Because he's probably thinking 7-5 down. Like, this isn't far from a result with how I'm playing.
Yeah, that's it. Well, he's like, well, Rocky's not running away with it. I've got every chance. I can keep going.
And now, as long as he just... This is a great tester, like you say. Because it's not a super easy out, but it's one if he's playing his good stuff, he'll get. Oh, that's
Correct.
a great shot. He's just...
And he's gone probably a little bit too far. That it makes it a bit harder for him to knock the yellow right and also stay on another ball easily.
Yeah.
So he's going to have to play this one perfect.
I think, can you just
There's not a
screw
huge amount of
screw
margin
back
for
a
error.
touch off that top yellow and then play the yellow at the top of the table and try and float down? Oh, he's playing forward.
Yeah, yep. And then he'll take this ball out.
Did he get forward
or
enough, though?
He can play this one, the yellow that's right next to the white. He can play that into the other middle. It's a much harder shot and try and break that yellow open. I don't think that's the one that he'll play, but it's an option.
It looks like he's screwing down.
Well, he wants to try and give himself angles so that he can try and nudge that one over the middle.
That's pretty close to being exactly where he
And it
wants to
should be good enough that he can just clip it
Put it over the middle.
and put it over the middle. I said trying to hit it into full ball can be dangerous if you hit it in the wrong spot or you hit it too far.
Yeah, it's not about hitting these hard, though I'm on the talk. It definitely could have been a worse result now.
Yeah, it's definitely, and that's why I was like, it's a little bit hard to try and get that pace. I can see why he definitely took that one now rather than later. Just give him an opportunity to try and get onto the balls down below and get onto that black, because that black's also not that easy. I know it doubles quite easily.
Yeah,
but
it's
you've still got to get there.
with where all the balls are, especially for Rocky. You would take it long, you would think. But for Ron, I think Ron's
Very
balls
nice
are just
cue.
nice to drop
That's
it in.
going to leave that one perfect for the black.
Just
Brownie's really got a good chance here. He's got a little bit of what's the word?
oh, he's moved a wee bit there on down the shot. Oh wow!
Security's the word that I'm thinking
Yeah.
with that yellow on the rail. But we all know Luke loves a good double, so
Ron's just not come far enough here. Playing it into the middle.
I think he's killing these quite nicely.
Yeah, that's lovely. Yeah. That shot's just 100% about the line. Just
And that really shows you there. Like Rocky had his chance and just wasn't able to capitalise on it. And Ron's now 7-6.
yeah.
Well 6-7. Like
Brownie's played a great shot there to screw off the side
feel
rail,
on the position.
touch the check side, and yeah, he's landed just nice to float one rail black into the same pocket. I think is that right, Marchie? You can just play one rail with left hand side and float out for the black into the same pocket.
Yeah, I was going to say that's the there you go.
Yeah.
Something that you see him do quite normal. Like
Yeah,
just so effortless.
That it's just so much less risk than trying to play check side and holding the ball off the top rail, trying to put it into a different pocket. Just
Yeah, you get some
play it
people that
around
sit
the
there
angle.
and prefer the middles. I can't remember someone telling me that they definitely prefer to play middles. Phil Bell actually said that he prefers middle pockets, and I was like, I can tell you now that I would not. But I know that some people do because they're a bigger pocket. Like
yeah.
well,
But
I
it's
don't know.
just,
I'm like,
yeah. I had a friend who played back home in Ireland, and it didn't matter what the angle was. He could like hit it fairly hard into the middles. No issue. It's just sometimes, the bigger pocket. If you know how to work the bigger pocket. Looks like this might be a long night.
I was going to say the frames are actually going pretty quickly. It's only 9:30 in WA time. But the good thing is that the matches are tight. There's nothing worse than just seeing someone run away with it. But it makes for some really interesting. If you're wanting to see the mindset of players, this is a great match to watch. If you want to see how they compose themselves when they're making a few errors, this has been a great match to watch. There's a lot of things that you can take out of this match if you're like an intermediate player. You're trying to get better at and start playing and going further in those bigger comps. This is a really good match to watch, actually,
because it's all about the rebuttal. It's like, okay, I get as good as I give. I just have to keep giving. You know what I mean?
And that's the thing. Like the guys, a lot of people sit there and they know that these guys they back themselves to win a lot and that sort of thing. But like I said before, they're just human. So they do make the mistake, and it's normally rare that the other player will then let them back in. So
well, that's it. Yeah. see here how we're. Yeah, Ron. To be fair, from where he was, he really hasn't done bad there. I think he wanted to come a bit further, maybe. Or what do you think? Is this preferred angle to screw into the black, maybe?
It just depends if he's feeling confident on the doubles or not.
Perfect.
Yeah, definitely one of the
yeah.
black. That's a beautiful shot. And I actually say that's one of Ron's fortes, that shot there. That nice little just touch and just get the black over the middle. It's just always so effortless.
Is that
As Trey says, like, it's just so graceful.
Yeah. It just felt like he came short there on the last shot, but obviously it was because the angle, he wanted that angle. I wasn't so sure, but then I seen the black. I didn't even see the black, and then it was only just before he took it that I realised.
And this is where you might see Rocky just change his demeanour a little bit, because this is where I was saying you gotta watch out, because Ron's trying to find that form, that mentality, and get there. And these last two frames are just showing he's back, he's there, his mind's right, and that out then was amazing.
But the type of thing, I don't know if it's just sort of lower standard players like myself, where it's all it takes is like for one bad frame and you're like, oh, what could have been, and then the whole match falls apart, and it's just because of that one, maybe just one shot, never mind one frame.
And this is what I was saying, like, you got some players where they make that one mistake and you just see their whole game just die, especially in these longer races. This is where you're seeing what the guys do, how they try and compose themselves. You know, we talk about the angles reset. You know, like, that's because you watch him enough, because he's always in finals. You see that every single time. Deer in the woods.
I thought you were going to say deer in headlights, and I thought...
That's what I thought for a second there. Then I read the woods, I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah, I usually just, anytime I hear the word deer in a sentence, I just...
Clearly not a baby deer. What's the baby deer's name?
So an elk is an owl deer, and then... no, I haven't got it. We don't have deer in Ireland. No, we have plenty of deer in Ireland. One of the supporters says Luke's gonna win. Non-biased, straight to the phone.
Well, if you look at the poll, it's actually dropped down to 65% that Luke's going to win this. So it's definitely down from, what was it, 85 at one stage.
Yeah, and Luke's made this a lot harder on himself than he's had to, I think. Ron Kelly's pulling out the... See here, yeah. That white looks fairly close.
Oh, he's not got it.
Oh, that's not a bad mistake. Oh, sorry. I was just taken over by...
Fawn, there we go.
Yeah. Kieran. Of course Kieran knows the business play.
Well, it was more when I saw Doe, I was just like, Homer? Or
Kieran,
donuts. Those are two things that came to my head, was Homer and donuts.
Yeah. Surprised donuts wasn't first.
Well, because I already ate them on the way here. The problem with Krispy Kremes being on the way here is that I have to always stop off for a Krispy Kreme.
Yeah, that 7-Eleven doesn't even do a bad one now.
Oh, look, the main Krispy Kreme's just down the road in Cannington.
That's why I stopped coming the Cannington way.
And just like that, 3 great outs from Ron, and he's hit back the front.
He's ahead, yeah. And Rocky's dropped the head completely by the looks of it.
Well, he's actually not really had a chance.
Well, that's it, yeah.
He's missed that one pot in that frame.
That's what can kill you.
And that's all of a sudden, Ron's just switched in a gear, and that's it. He's gone from being 2 ahead to now being 1 down within the blink of an eye.
It can just eat you. Like, you miss one ball, and then your opponent masters you twice and makes a brilliant clearance, and then you're thinking, I've made one mistake, and it was the worst mistake I've ever made, you know?
Yeah.
But that game didn't have anything to do with those 2 masters, you know, that's the thing.
Correct, that's right. But it's just that momentum shift. All of a sudden, Ron's got a little bit of a run. He's feeling a little bit of confidence. He's getting that potting going. His arm's going nicely. And that's just it.
And it's like the tilt between yin and yang, or positive and negative, starts to fall in Ron's favour then, you know, where the positive motion is going and the negative
That's
going
right.
towards. But
And
it can
there's
just
just
change
that,
so
"Oh,
quick.
I'm going to
yeah.
go out, I'm going to go out, I'm going to go out."
Although to be fair, Rocky does a great
What is-
impression of Bruce Springsteen. Is he not the absolute double? He's just missing the red cap.
I just want to say a big thanks to everyone in the chat that's also made it entertaining to have some conversations with you all. I really appreciated it. And
It's
there's
definitely
been
been
some,
an
been some
insightful
good
one,
things
yeah.
there. So
Getting to know some of the new players as well. And we'll have up and comer Trey, or maybe he's just.
I'm actually curious, Trey, are you at the Nationals this year? It's actually funny, looking at the chat, there's a lot of players that are going away to the Nationals actually in this chat too.
And then
We got
Sarah Lakes.
Sarah.
Who's Sarah Lakes?
I was going to say, we've got Kieran, we've got Simon Gray, we've got Sarah, Trey, hopefully he's going.
Al-Bab, is he on the list? No? Ah, right, yeah, that's. It was the black ball, sorry, yeah.
Callum was on there.
Yeah.
You know, he's off to the
Yeah,
Nationals as well.
But yeah, so come on.
The only
back
thing
to
I'm
the
glad we
pool.
don't have, Judgy on the chat. I think that would have made that, we would have had to turn off the chat.
Yeah. Opens in 23s.
That's awesome, Trey. We'll see you over there.
But yeah, coming back to the pool then, it looks like Bernie's got a good chance here. Just working out his pattern.
Just nice and
Yeah.
smooth. I'm hoping it's not an open table. I missed watching that. What happened
I
there?
think it's an open. I think
If it's an
Bernie's
open
just-
table, then that was a very interesting shot choice.
No, he's definitely on reds by the looks of it. To be honest, I haven't even been watching the pool. The chat's been too entertaining. I apologise on that. Not doing. Oh, stop it, Shirley.
But just because you live with the guy doesn't mean that you have to sit there and assume that every shot's going in.
You're telling me I'm the only one? But yeah, the same thing like we said, the positive and negative spectrum is sort of tilting in both games, really. But here's Rocky coming back out again. He's got
Well,
a pretty
he
good
needs to
opportunity.
get that stop. Like, he needs to stop that momentum there. I think he's
Oh,
cued that
he's
too
gone
far again.
far.
Does it go past that yellow? I don't think it does.
so. I think it's looking like the plant. Jeez, he's queuing fairly high on that one. Rocky's trying to find his queuing arm off the side rail over a ball.
He's just got a bit of awkward queuing on it, but I don't know.
He looks like he's getting into it a lot. Oh, he's yeah. See, the one thing is he's now left Ron the angle to play the red into the right middle pocket and knock that other red out and still land on the bottom ball. He's just gave him. You can't leave the white ball there. He's literally left the white ball perfect because Ron can knock this other red out and then float down the table for the other one, all in one shot. Or just can't full ball.
The problem is that he's not sitting there thinking he's going to miss. he's not playing as if he's going to miss that.
Well, that's
so he's trying to
true,
leave the
yeah.
white where he's going to give it the best spot to win. And
Wow,
that's going
yeah,
to be those
that's-
tough shots. And that's why generally people go, I've left that person there. Yeah, but you weren't aiming to leave them on. You're expecting to pot it.
Oh, wow.
But again, it was just one of those shots that Rocky played again where he didn't cue it. He stabbed at it and just letting that white just travel all over the place. He's not really controlling that white ball.
Yes, 100%.
Which he was doing in that run where he was winning frames. As soon as Ron was missing, he's going straight out.
But it just, well, Ron has to try and get back on this bottom ball here, and it's not... Right, well, that's... No, that's not a great angle to do it, is it? Unless you screw with reverse side to try and come down. Do you think that's the idea? Or leave it as your last ball?
I think he's leaving it as the last ball because you've got the black in the middle.
Yeah.
There's always a bit of a debate on middle balls. Oh, sorry, I didn't realize it was going that way.
No, yeah, wow, I didn't think he had that much angle. But it's still not easy. It's not a gimme by any means.
The good thing is if he plays this with enough pace, again, he's on to either pocket. He doesn't have to control it quite as aggressive.
Oh, wow.
See, if he had gone too far, it's still on quite far high up. And then once it starts going beyond a certain point, he's then just got the middle.
So on this shot, you play the top rail. Do you play with check side to straighten it up off the top rail, or do you play around the angles?
I would actually just play this, I was about to say,
right,
a bit of dead weight sort of thing.
And then just the black into the left bottom pocket? Or what do you
Depends
think?
on, it's hard to tell sometimes the angle.
Oh, wow, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
it's
this
hard because
stream
it
is
looked
really
like it
hard,
might have been
yeah.
really straight, or sometimes it looks like it's a lot thinner shot than what it is. Oh, that was actually quite thick. He played that one quite thick. That one's going to definitely hurt Rocky because he had the chance there, and it was just that one loose white.
And that's 88. That would have been 88. Alan's still fighting here.
Yeah, well done on that win, Trey. That was huge.
So Kieran's now going towards Brownie and Kelly for the final.
That's a big call, but I was gonna
Yeah,
say
he has a
he's-
lot of work to make up here. But he can do it, we know exactly he can do it.
Exactly, that's right.
Like realistically, what's 3 frames? We'll have the pride and joy of Morley here now.
That's Mr.
Sebastian.
Streamer. Mr. Streamer.
Mr. Streamer.
Mr. Streamer.
He's a...
Hopefully everyone's enjoying the pool. It's like I said, there's been some misses and stuff, but it's been really good to watch. Just watching the guys, what they do when they're not playing at their best. As both of them. But you start seeing elements of it, but they're not.
Oh, Brownie's gone in. But that's so funny because me and Lee Vernon were having a chat in the house about I was asking for tips and tricks about whenever you're not playing your best stuff, your so-called B game. Like, how do you make your B game as strong as possible? And tonight, he mentioned about Brownie having the strongest B game because his B game is his A game. Like, that's the way he sees it.
Mm-hmm.
And so that's why Brownie is as good as he is in the thought of Lee Vernon anyway, And so the fact that you bring that up that's exactly what's happening here tonight. Everyone's just trying to play their best B game is what it's...
That's it.
But there's big frames, of course, where they're pulling it out, but...
Oh, they get some huge outs as well. And when I say huge outs, they're just very methodical nice and clean, and you kind of go, yeah, that's what I expect from some of these guys. And then some of the misses, you're like, that's not what I expect from these guys. Let's see what they do next. And you see that fight in them. And that's what's been really good.
Yeah, and that's nearly pool whenever you're watching it. That's actually better to help you figure out how to get better, because it's like, okay, what are these guys doing whenever they're not playing elite level stuff? And that's the type of stuff that I watch, and I'm like, okay, well, they're still playing the same shots, really, but it's just they're changing what they're doing very, very slightly. It's not anything major.
I don't think he realises we can't hear him.
Yeah.
He might as well put it in the chat. We can see that easily.
Yeah, with Dylan Moyes down here with the same top he wears every day.
I swear he bought 5 of those black ball shirts.
I swear he only owns one of them.
Actually, funny story about Dylan Moyes. I have never met someone, I reckon if there was an earthquake, he would sleep through it. Like if there was those alarm bells ringing for the storm or hurricane or whatever, he wouldn't even know that the hurricane hit. I've never seen someone that solid of a sleeper.
Seeing Sarah's comment, I just have to give a shout out to Terry Wellman. There's a long story behind that, but yeah, shout out to Terry Wellman. Up in Geraldton, you know Terry Wellman.
I don't even know where that is that you're looking at.
But anyways, yeah, we'll just keep it to a shout out to Terry Wellman.
Yep.
Anyway, Luke. Oh, he's played that. Oh,
He's played that one nicely.
It looks like Rocky must be on yellows. Is that correct? Yeah. He has a bit of work to do.
I thought he was on reds. Maybe I'm wrong.
Oh, he is. Okay.
Threw me off then. I was like, wait a second. I thought he was on reds. That really threw me off then. I was like, I thought I knew what was going on, and then I'm like, nope.
Yeah, Simo has the right idea. But anyways. Looks like we're doing some decent stuff tonight. We're running on about 70 people watching currently. We would like to hit the 100.
It was actually up closer to the 90 mark at one stage.
Wow.
So,
what did we do different?
I think we were just talking about random stuff.
I think that helped in our favour, to be honest. Yeah, don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe, all of that stuff that people tell you to do, but it actually does make a big difference.
Thought I better cut off the poll before everyone starts going, hey!
Yeah. 29 votes on that poll, that's pretty big numbers. That's one
very
fourth
close, very
of
close.
1/3 of the people in this. I can just about do maths. Like, I just don't see...
I'm just glad he said maths instead of math. It's nothing worse. We're in Australia. Stop following America. They don't even know how to spell colour.
I follow Ireland.
They don't even know how to spell colour.
Also, they don't know how to spell anything with an S. It's all Z's. It's all Z's. So let's see here. Ron is in a bit of a predicament here. What way do you hit it?
And it's funny, we're sitting there going, oh, there's still good chances here. And both Ron and Luke Anglesey are one frame away from being on hill. So it just shows you that even right now, the score lines aren't really showing how that player's playing. It's just literally how who's made that error and have they made it multiple times or what it is. But
the one thing I'm most surprised about to this point is the score line between Angles and Alan Brown. It's something you would expect to be from how it's being played. You would think it would be a lot closer than it currently is, but it's just the last few frames. Angles is just...
Well, you look at the frame before this one where Brown is gone in off on that yellow that was right near the pocket. You just wouldn't expect that to happen.
I mean, the other end,
normally.
it's just, you can think of two major mistakes he's made that he could potentially be 7-7 with the difference of those alone. Never mind. It's just currently it's a game of not who's playing the extremely good stuff, but who's making less mistakes. It
Yeah,
seems to
that's
be
it. Yep. Because I think at one point the scoreline could have been 6-7 for Angles and Brownie.
Yeah.
Went the other way instead.
And it can just be the difference of that one frame. So Ron, how did Ron end up getting out of that? I didn't even...
He hit his yellow.
Yeah. Right. That's, that checks out. I think there's logic behind that.
I'm like, is Angles watching the stream?
Angles looks like on his phone.
He's on his phone
currently
watching the stream just to see what's going on.
I believe he's also
I think he wants to see what the chats are happening. That's. I think everyone wants to see you do a handstand around the table right now. I
See
think
if you
that's
win
what
the match.
everyone's.
If you win the match,
If you win the
I
match,
think
it's a handstand around the table. Everyone's heard that.
yeah,
It's
hold him
a
to it.
handstand
Hold
around
him
the
to it,
table if he
100%.
wins this tournament. So tune in next week if Angles gets over the line here.
Yeah.
Because I think that's going to be a gold one to see.
We'll break the fourth wall here, Angles. Trey says hello. Trey from NT. Trey from NT says hello.
And he's the one that reminded us about the handstand. So
Yeah. He seems to follow what you
someone
do
made
very
a comment
closely.
about we need Angles on Dancing with the Stars. So
And that somehow led to doing handstands. Yeah, well, you don't.
if he wins the tournament,
We'll have to bring the stars in. Yeah.
he'll be famous. So he can go on Dancing with the Stars. Oh wait, you need to be less famous to go on Dancing with the Stars. I'm always confused
I
with
don't
how
know
that
how
works.
that works. You just need to be in more controversy, I think. Yeah, and Rocky's tried to play. To be fair, it was a big shot. Rocky tried to play bottom right-hand corner. He tried to get in behind that raid, and he hit it, but he just potted the white, and now he's just left Ron on here for 10-7.
Yeah, he's definitely, once he got to that 7-5 up, he just started making those errors that he was doing at the beginning of the match. And unfortunately, that's a crucial point there.
Yeah. And like I say, that one mistake he made whenever it was 7-5, has he won a frame? No, he hasn't won a frame since.
He hasn't won a frame since that, yep.
It can just be one small mistake, and then it just all comes crumbling down. Because you don't know what Rocky's thinking. He could be, I was so close, I was already ahead. I'm so close to the finish line. And if this is his, like I say, quote-unquote demon, then it just makes it, every frame just becomes...
And the hardest part, I think, I'm fairly certain that Rocky does sometimes go back and watch the matches. So it'd be really good for him to see, where he started to look that he got that energy back. And he definitely does look like he did at the beginning. It's not just about, he actually doesn't look like he's down on himself. He just looks like he's exhausted.
Yeah.
And that was that part where I was saying, I think if he doesn't get a big enough lead, he's going to gas out. And I guess it actually wouldn't have mattered too much because he's just not really had a chance.
No,
with an odd frame every now and then, you would expect, but he's not had just one odd frame. It's just been rolled.
Just feels like from 7-5, I think he's had 2 chances. That's honestly the way it feels.
That frame there, again, he had the chances there. Yeah. And again, he just handed back. I think the frame before that as well, he had the chances and he just handed it back a bit. He really didn't stop Ron in the tracks there.
Yeah. And this is what I'm saying is Ron can just get out to a lead so quick and just stay there. You know what I mean? He might not completely run away with it, but once he gets a lead, he is really, really hard to fight back against. Yeah. He's just too solid, It's like, okay, well, you win one frame, then I master you another, but I'm still up by 2.
Well, that's the thing. Like you make one mistake, and all of a sudden he master breaks, you master visits, you master breaks you, and you just lost 3 on the trot, and you're like, well, oops.
And then it does, yeah. Then at that point, you could just dish, 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 and yet it still doesn't make a difference because he's 1-3, you know. That seems to be one of his really big strengths, is once he's ahead.
And Ron's cued that one. Okay, I think he's got a bit too far. He definitely wanted to be a bit straighter on this red.
Yeah,
I don't think he's in. Like, it's a tough shot, but I think it's not too difficult.
Oh, but you don't really want to, like, naturally you want to cut it with right hand side, you know, to straighten it up. But you can't really afford to do that, can you?
Angles is definitely on a run now. He's basically running around the table.
He's literally on a run. Yeah, so it looks like Ron's playing this one with left. It just makes the pot that wee bit more. Yeah, but he's hit that nice. Oh, he's hit that brilliant. Any ball he likes.
This is going to be a big shot from.
And this is
from
potentially
Angles.
the game-winning shot.
Oh,
stop it. Realistically, Brownie's had his chances, but what do you do about that?
What do you do about that?
I mean?
That's just a
worldly,
great
like.
out. And that's the part there when they switch on their A game. All of a sudden, you're like, "What are you guys talking about, B game?" I just watched that beautiful out there by Angles, and we just look like we don't know what we're talking about. I don't really know what I'm talking about. You probably do, but I don't.
But that's how quick they switch it. You know what I mean? They just like that. Just madness how it works. Oh, stop it, Ron Kelly. Oh, my God, what a shot that was. Yeah, we would like to see them a bit closer, to be fair, though. I would definitely.
Well, obviously playing in Brownies and Rocky's team for the last 3 years in Super League. Obviously, that's who I'm going for. I obviously try not to do any biased commentary. I always try to keep it even between the players. But obviously, I do want to hope that Brownie gets back in this and takes the win. And I hope that Rocky gets back in this and takes the win.
I just want to see a good long stretch pool. You know, it's just frame after frame. You never want to see somebody run away with it. It's just.
Well, as long as it's like, like I said, like there might have been misses and stuff, so it hasn't been like the top quality that they normally can produce, but it's still good to see what they do in those situations. So, and this one here is going to show you that Ron's really on.
He's tried to.
Commentator's curse.
And I think the double might be blocked. The double doesn't.
It's a tough one. He can try the double into the.
I think you're
into the corner, but
closer to the triple.
I think the yellow will end up pushing the white in the wrong way.
Yep. Yeah, it's hard to know. Yeah, he's going for the double into the bottom pocket. It looks like he's over cutting it a bit.
Oh, he's got it.
But the white. But the white.
Well, that's what I was like. He's got to try and avoid hitting that yellow because it goes in there. That could be.
That's what Rocky needs.
That could be what Rocky needs.
Now Rocky just needs to put if he can get a really good clearance here. But it's Ron's break. You see, this is the difference. Ron just whenever he breaks, odds on clearance.
But all of a sudden with something like that, though, that's where I know people talk about the pool gods. Like that just happened there. All of a sudden the pool gods went, you know what? Let's give Rocky a chance here. Let's make it interesting. Let's give him a dry break and Rocky go out to make it 10-9. Like,
it's just if you're asking a lot because for my money, Ron Kelly has one of the more consistent breaks. I would say it's like the white ball sort of just goes up and down nicely every time. You know, doesn't even have to hit it too hard. It's more the connection. The timing, I know timing's
It was a very interesting thing. I was like, I can't remember who I was talking to.
Wow.
But, there's that debate of whether you smack them hard, like an Angles break, or you do a more controlled, like a Brownie Ron break.
Yeah, well, look at the break Ron's had there. If he can see that yellow in the bottom right, That's game
all she
over.
wrote for Anglesey Brownie. Great effort there from Brownie.
It's just unbelievable how, to be honest, it looked like it was going to be such a close match. It was 5-5 at one point, and
No, I don't think so. You gotta.
And just like that, in that one shot, it looks like Ron's got every chance here to win this frame.
it was just a great break. The break was just...
Looking here, again, you take the red down the bottom, and then the middle, the two middles,
Yep.
corner and the black.
Yeah, it's just...
It's
This
just
is
all
the shot
about
here. Just make sure you get your position
it's
good.
just all about position, and that's it.
That's frame over.
Well, for everyone that's watching, thank you very much. I know it's not over just yet, but we've got some great pool on the weekend that's going to be happening. Finals on Sunday for the West Coast Open, and I'm sure you'll see some of these guys in the finals there. They're seasoned finals players, or you might see somebody different. It'd be really good to see some different players in that final.
Well, with
there's a
96
lot of players that are
yeah.
stepping up. There's a lot of pool being played over the weekend.
There's some players
so
who could
West
cause
Coast
upsets.
Open,
100%.
definitely worth watching. Anyone from overseas or over east, it'll be a good watch. But I really appreciate everyone in the chat for keeping it civil as well, but entertaining. So it's always appreciative to get some of that. And any feedback is always appreciated. Things that we might be able to improve on. I tried my best to talk in a more Australian accent. I don't know what the hell was Dave doing, but I'm sure everyone understood what he was saying.
What accent he was talking in. I'll try and quickly see if Angles or Ron Kelly is up for a quick conversation with you, Marchie, maybe. Or I think we're probably past that point in the
I was going to
evening, I
say,
think.
normally it's just gold, most of them, but I think next week I'll really try. So next Tuesday, we've got the finals. So I
they're
don't
doing
think
it
there's
on
going to
the
be any
Tuesday?
delay. It's going to be on
Yep.
Tuesday. Normally finals are on Tuesday, so hopefully that doesn't affect anyone watching. But next Tuesday, 7:30, grand final for the Champions League. We'll have Luke Anglesey versus Ron Kelly. That's going to be an awesome
The
one.
grudge match.
I
yeah.
have no idea who's going to be commentating, but we may get asked again. So if you
Well,
guys have
if you wanna
enjoyed us
hear Rush Hour,
commentating,
if you want to hear Rush Hour
yep,
Part 3,
please put it in the stream or comment on Pool West or W.A.E.B.F W.A. pool players. If you're happy with us being commentating, we'll try and do that again. Otherwise, we can get some other people. There's plenty of
Marchie,
other.
there's nobody else. It's on us.
Well, I thought
We've no
Helen
choice.
and Dylan Moyes
Yes,
did a great job on the
100%,
weekend.
Yeah.
But yes, please, any comments, any feedback for the commentary, please pop that on Pool West or WA Pool Players Group, and we'll definitely have a look at that over the weekend. It'll be interesting to see how we go on the weekend.
100%, yeah. Thank you again, everyone, for tuning in and for hanging about as long as most of you did. Like I say, it was great pool. It wasn't absolutely top of the top pool, but it was really, really solid pool from both B game to A game, whatever you want to consider that. It was just, and it'll be a great final. I think it's the final that I don't want to say most people expected, but the final, thank you, Ron. It's definitely going to be a good final.
It's going to be a great
tune
final.
in next Tuesday, 100%.
Next Tuesday, 7:30. See you all then.